page on the right side is the power button. Okay, the button which you use to turn on ignition. Okay. Next to left, there is a mode button. Actually, we have three types of mode in a top end version or the pro version. What you are seeing right now. First one is normal. Second is sport. Third is hyper. Okay. When it comes to the basic version, you'll be having two versions only. That is normal and the sport version. Okay. So you'll be able to switch with that button. Just below that, you have two buttons, multifunctional buttons. The right first button, the right middle button is there. That will help you with answering the call as well as increasing the volume. Okay. The one next to it will help you in rejecting the call and decreasing the volume. Okay. Just below that, there is one more button which helps you in playing or pausing the music whichever you are playing. Okay. Long pressing that button will activate the voice assistant. Okay. Coming towards the left, we have a high beam and low beam button. As everyone known, low beam will be the daylight running lamp. Single press that one and high beam will be activated. Long pressing that one will activate the smiley face, where the LED light which surrounds the twin projected LED lamps. Okay. On right of that, you will find the reverse button or the cruise control button. In order to activate cruise control, you will have to travel more than 25 kilometers per hour. Okay, and it works in multiples of 5. Basic is 25, 30, 35, 40. That's how it gets fixed, and the speed will be consistent. Okay, that's the use of cruise mode. And in order to activate reverse control, the speedometer, it should be 0, 0. That means wheels should not be running, but the vehicle should be in a drive mode, not in a park mode. Okay, single press that one, reverse mode will get activated, and you will be able to see R on the HMI. Okay, and the throttling is slightly different when it comes to the reverse. You will be throttling to the opposite direction. Okay, and you guys need not to worry about the speed and controlling it because we have got it locked for 2 kilometers per hour. So it won't go above 2 kilometers per hour. So it would be quite easier. Below that is the right indicator and the left indicator button. Below that you will find the horn switch. Okay. Coming to the down part, you can see the speakers both on right and left hand side. Just below the speakers there are glove boxes. Okay. And above glove boxes on the right side there is a USB port which can be used to charge your mobile phones. Okay. In the glove space on the right side, it's quite, you can keep your mobile phones, but on the left side you can keep a half-liter water bottle. Okay. Coming back to the HMI, HMI stands for human machine interface. That's the language between you and the machine which is standing right in front of you. Okay. In the HMI, you can do anything. You can lock, unlock, you can change the themes, you can change the sound, you can use the navigation. And coming to the navigation what we are using is the real-time navigation. It's just like using the Google Maps in your phone. You can favorite the location, you can access recently visited places, you can search it, you can do everything. And for that one you need not to connect your mobile or anything, because we got eSIM inbuilt in this one. So that will help you out with internet connection only for navigation. Okay. And you can even connect your phone with the Bluetooth, so that if you get any calls by the time you are riding the vehicle, you can use this button to accept the call or reject the call. And one more thing, for the safety of our customers, the HMI won't work by the time you are driving. Once it crosses 0, 0, or once you can see 0, 1, the touch won't work. So if you want to work or if you want to use the HMI, you'll have to stop the vehicle. Okay. So that's about the HMI. And there is one more thing, the mic is located right over here below the HMI. So you can use it, you can talk it, so that even they will be able to hear it. So, and in order to access the boot space, you will be getting two options. First thing will be through HMI. Second one will be through your companion app. And coming to the locking system, we are going complete keyless. You won't be getting any keys. You will be locking it through three types of modes. First thing will be through your companion app. Second thing is proximity lock. Third is proximity plus pin. So we have these features. Proximity is suppose we are connected with Bluetooth, and obviously the primary owner will be initially set up by our end. So whenever the owner comes, okay, when he reaches the proximity area, it automatically unlocks. If you are in proximity, if you are using proximity plus pin, the display opens, but as soon as you touch the power button, it will ask for the pin. So that's how the proximity plus pin works. And don't worry if your mobile is switched off. If you know the pin, you can access it. And coming to the there are too many people who will be using our bikes, or we'll be having cousins who will be taking our bikes. So we can choose the profiles. One can create up to 10 profiles in one HMI or one vehicle, but the primary owner will be having access of complete all the profiles. He can geo-lock it, he can time lock it, he can speed lock it. That doesn't mean that once he crosses or once he overcrosses whatever the limit the owner has set, it will turn off. Once you cross the limit, whatever the primary owner has set it, the owner will get the notification immediately. So he'll be having two. It's okay, or freeze it. If he freezes it out, you won't be able to run the machine. So that's how it works, and there is no worry about stealing or if the theft happens. Just open the companion app and you'll be able to locate your vehicle instantly. So that's how it works. Coming to the boot space. As you can see in the HMI, okay, right now we are in the parking mode, that's why it's indicating P, okay. This is the SOC, state of charge. This is the kilometer that you can travel with the available charge, that is displayed over here. And it varies with the modes, as I told, sport and hyper, because as the power increases, range decreases. That's how it works. Whatever the range that we have claimed, that is in the nominal power, okay. And just one swipe, you can see the navigation. Second swipe, you can see the settings. You can access it. Sound, you can increase, you can decrease, do whatever you want. Coming to the display, we have dark mode and the light mode. And there is one more thing to add on to it. We have 4 themes, okay, which we have deselected in this one specifically because too many people will be having access to this vehicle. So I'll include to add on to that one. Even proximity has been, we haven't added that one. We have disabled proximity even in this vehicle because for a reason, okay. So you can do all the things. You can go for navigation, and here you can see the state of health. You can see all the things. If you are running in sport mode, if you are running in hyper mode, this is the amount of range that you can travel in that mode. That's how it is, okay. And coming to this one, coming to the access of the boot space, you can see the trunk symbol over here. So just press it once, it's unlocked. Coming to the boot space, it's a 36 liters and the biggest in the segment. You can carry at a time 2 half-face helmet or 1 helmet and 1 portable charger at a time. That's how big it is, and as I said, it's the biggest in the segment. No other companies have given this much amount of space till date. Okay, and coming down to the charging system, this is where you put your gun. Okay, yeah, this is where you put in the gun and you put it out to the charge.
Doesn't it have a lock?
No sir, we are working on it. We have got too many feedbacks regarding this one, so even the feedbacks have went to the concerned person. Hopefully they are planning something, they will be planning something. Okay, coming to the downside, the braking system. We have disc in both front and rear system. The front is 220 mm and the rear is 120 mm. Comes with combi braking system. Works with aspect ratio of 80 to 20%. Primary will be primary braking, whichever it is. If it is back, if you are applying back brake, okay, it will work with 80% and the rear will work 20% automatically. That's what combi braking is. Okay. No sir. Coming to the suspensions. In the rear, we have mono suspension fixed in horizontal manner, not in the vertical. We have a technical explanation for that one. When the shocks are placed in the vertical direction like this, okay, whenever the shock pumps are worked, okay, the rider will be able to feel the shocks. That's the main reason why the riders will get low back pains. Okay, but we have placed it in the horizontal manner. Whatever the shocks produce, it will be directed towards the center portion of the vehicle, so the shocks won't reach the rider or the pillion. That's what makes the comfortable riding. Okay, you guys can test it by the time of test driving. I'm pretty sure you'll be impressed with the shocks. Coming to the front also, we are using telescopic mono suspensions. Even that gives very good stability rather than observing the shocks. Coming to the battery, and this one coming to the Pro version, that battery power is 3.98 kilowatt per hour. So in order to charge from 0 to 100%, it requires 6 or 30 minutes in the slow charger or the one which we are providing. And adding on to that one, we suggest slow charging for the battery, for the better battery life, not a hypercharging station. Hypercharging station is when it is emergency and when you are running out of charge. That time, yes, you can use it. In the hypercharging station, if you charge for 18 minutes, you'll be able to run for 75 kilometers. Okay, or if you wanna go for 0 to 100%, it will be less than an hour. That's how fast hypercharging station is. And yeah, coming to the power of this one, it's 3.97 kilowatt. Coming to the basic version, it will be 2.98 kilowatts. Okay, coming to the motor, we are using the mid-drive motor. It's a belt driven, not the chain driven one. So it that is actually very cheap maintenance compared to the chain driven. Okay, and the power, when it comes to the power, we have a torque of 58 Newton meter. That's really huge, I know. And coming to the speed and power, you can hit 0 to 40 in 3 seconds. So we suggest not to use hyper mode in the city limits as the power is enormous. Okay, we suggest you to ride it in normal or sport when it comes to the city limit. You can use the hyper mode when you hit highways. Okay, and it will hit 0 to 60 in 5 seconds. That's how fast it is. And it has a top speed of 150 kilometers per hour in hyper mode. Okay, and for the S1, the sports mode is the highest and it can hit up to 90 kilometers per hour in sports mode. Coming to the range, in a full charge it can travel up to 181 kilometers. Coming to the basic version, it can travel up to 121 kilometers in the nominal power. And add on to the engine point, the nominal power will be 5.5 kilowatt and the peak power will be 8.5 kilowatt per hour. So that's it from my end. If you guys have any questions or any doubts, I'm open. You guys can show.
What about the side lock? Side lock.
So
Handle
by
lock.
the time of when it goes to park mode, if you put the handle tilt towards left side, it is auto lock. Even handles will be locked. Right now it's locked.
And what about this? Will this not touch the ground?
No, it won't. So obviously you can wash it, sir. The whole vehicle is IP67 rated, but adding on to that, okay, don't use a heavy pressure disc.